From Walnut Creek and Northgate High School, it's men's soccer right here on Walnut Creek TV. I'm Anthony Schultz along with Spencer Frankenberger. And Spencer, you coach a lot of these kids. What kind of game can we expect out here tonight?
Well, I would think it's going to be a pretty competitive match. Two local teams here in Walnut Creek wanting to get after each other and make their mark on the start of a season. So I just expect it to be a very competitive match.
Yeah, a couple of teams down last year with injuries, not a whole lot of wins, looking to right the ship here in 2011-2012. We'll have the start of tonight's game right after this.
Parking made easy and convenient.
You're good to go.
Now that was easy.
Hi, welcome to Inside Center Rep.
My name is Carrie Lederer, and I'm the curator of exhibitions here at the Bedford Gallery.
Hi there. Welcome to Get Lit.
And that's when I decided to run for the city council.
So exciting.
You're free to explore downtown Walnut Creek. Shopping, dining, and entertainment are only a stop away on the free ride. Catch the free ride trolley from Bard, Broadway Plaza, the Leisure Center, or one of its many downtown stops. The free ride stops every 15 minutes to keep your day moving. Check out cccta.org for more information on how you are free to explore downtown Walnut Creek.
Back at Northgate High School, we are just about ready to start tonight's game, and now here are the player introductions.
Matt Schweppe, number 1 keeper.
Jake Zinn, number 1 outside back.
Marcel Scott, number 3 midfield.
Alex Rattan, number 4 midfield.
Colin Tomaselli Greenside, number 6 mid striker.
Anthony Law, number 7 winger.
Henry Monroe-Rosa, number 8 mid.
Grayson Kirsch, number 9 defender.
Cash Chowdhury, number 10 center mid.
Elias Walker, number 11 forward, center midfield, and outside rip midfields.
Trenton Matson, number 12 center back.
Jeff Serdan, number 14 striker.
Kevin Jervis, number 15 center defense.
Mitchell Howard, 16, defense.
Sam Ernst, 18, center mid.
Ryan Mueller, number 19, left back.
Sean Cienfuegos, number 20, outside mid.
Derek McGovern, number 21, defense and midfield.
Joey Jones, number 22, right midfield.
Steven Roca, 23, center mid.
Chris Grove, number 24, goalkeeper.
And now here are the Northgate introductions. 4, 3.
Brandon Boulder, number 3, outside mid.
Brandon Kearney, number 11, outside mid.
Sean Babinski, 24, keeper.
Jake Warfel, number 7, defensive mid.
Max Saunier, 1, goalie.
Andrew Cunha, number 6, outside D.
Itai, 19, forward.
Alan Foster, 10, center midfield.
Sean Xavier, 12, outside mid. Michael Casasilla, number 18, defense.
Mark Harris, number 15, midfield.
Spencer Johnson, number 20, defensive mid. Matt Dodaro, 17, right back.
Noah Smith, 8, outside mid.
Aiden Cohen, number 5, center back.
Oliver Marigold, number 2, forward.
Brendan Coyne, number 9, right back.
David Gross, number 13, forward.
All right, just moments away from the start of tonight's game, and we've got Northgate against Las Lomas, Northgate in white and Las Lomas in the burgundy. Anthony Schultz along with Spencer Frankenberger. First game of the season for both these teams. Northgate has played a couple of scrimmages, Spencer, and Las Lomas getting their first taste of real action here tonight. Here comes Northgate, and this one is going to be on goal. Picked up pretty easily by the goalkeeper that time. Not much of a threat that time, Spencer.
Okay. Jake trying to find somebody behind the back of the defense there.
And last year, of course, both these teams headed down in the standings a little bit. I understand the Las Lomas had a number of injuries on their side as the ball goes out of bounds on the far side. And, of course, you know, tough to play without your best guys. And, of course, this year for Las Lomas, being a lot of tournament play, Cash Chowdhury, Sean Vinson, and Trent Madsen are playing a premier tournament in Vegas, and they will not be eligible to come back until Monday when these two teams get underway again. They'll both play Monday, and again, Las Lomas will be at full strength. I guess that's just part of the whole tournament situation here with the women and the men. You just won't always have your best players until usually after Thanksgiving. All right, down into the corner they battle for it. It goes out of bounds, and I think we may have our first corner kick. Let's see. And we will have a corner kick here. And Las Lomas will get this first one here from the far side. And here is the first corner kick of the game, and let's see if Las Lomas can't make some hay with this one. Flashed in front and headed out in front and then kicked away there by Northgate. So a chance there for Las Lomas goes awry.
That player for Las Lomas did a good job of knocking that back across the 6, try to find someone that had a better angle. Good job by that player there.
Usually a lot of good scoring chances do come out of that corner kick situation. Here comes Northgate back the other way, but a 2-on-4, not counting the goalie that time. And boy, offensively just did not have the numbers going their way. And you see that often, you know, Spencer, in a lot of these low-scoring soccer games where it looks like momentarily the offense has a chance to score, but they come down and all of a sudden it's not exactly a fast break situation when the numbers are not on their side. This one's going to be out of bounds on the far side and will remain with Las Lomas.
Pick up 14.
So the
I fell over.
Knights will kick this one in. Knocked away. Let's see if Las Lomas can keep it on their side of the field. And Northgate kicking it back to the middle of the field. Trying to dump it back in. Everybody giving chase back there. And it looks like Andrew Cuneo, the senior, chasing it down there for Northgate. It's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be long to the Broncos. And I think they're going to have the chance to throw it in here. Tossed in by the Broncos, and out of bounds it goes again. This time it'll go back over to Las Lomas. Throwing here for the Knights, and quickly kick back out of bounds. A crisp night here in Walnut Creek. Only the fall weather in the air.
Beautiful night for soccer. You love that cool air. You can just run all night long.
Yeah, certainly got to beat 100-degree weather, that's for sure. Gentlemen, you'll be doing a lot of running here tonight. Kick over here to the near side. And then kick down the field. And then Brendan Coyne letting that one go. And hoping that Brandon Bolander, the midfielder, will chase that down. Looks for it into the corner. You know, it's going to go out of bounds, and the Las Lomas Knights are going to have it here.
Turn and face.
Las Lomas against Northgate, the crosstown Walnut Creek rivals, not in the same league. And it is the Battle of the Creek here. Always a little strange to me that two teams this close, not in the same league. They still battle every year. And fairly competitive in both sports, even in football. Northgate the last couple of years has certainly gotten better than they have been. As I said in the open, Spencer, both teams kind of down last year here in soccer, and injuries had a lot to do with it as they battle for it here on the near side.
Yeah, but every year you never know. You get players who step up from the university team and make that difference. So.
Yeah, and you saw that coaching the youth soccer when, you know, the kid comes back one year to the next, bigger, stronger, and his skill level is just completely different.
A number of players that weren't on this team last year, they moved up from JV. And there is still that inner-city rivalry because a lot of these kids do play on the same club team, so they're going to want to play hard tonight, that's for sure.
Steve Chappell, in his first year as the Northgate head coach. He's also the athletic director here for the Broncos. They lost Tim Lyon. It was a first-team all-leaguer a year ago. Very smart player, good soccer, high soccer IQ. They do have a number of players coming back that played very well for this team last year, including Alan Foster, a 3-year varsity player, technically sound. Here's one going wide left of the goal. So still just one shot on goal, one corner kick, both coming for Las Lomas.
Better of the opportunities so far have been for Las Lomas. They've managed to get in behind them a couple times, had a couple free kicks, challenging the back line of that defense.
The goalkeeper for Northgate, Max Sanier, good shot blocker, and he punts the ball very well. And here's bodies flying to the ground here. And you know, one skill you like your goalkeeper to have, obviously you've got to be able to stop shots, but being able to punt the ball and get his team quickly back on offense is a skill that you love to have from your keeper.
Definitely get it on the other end. Work for the second ball, the second flick, try to get it behind him.
Oh, Aiden Coyne, another one of the returning players, captain of 4-year starter, and Brandon Kearney is back with the Broncos. He's a 2-year varsity starter, and I understand that you coached him as well.
Yeah, good player. Good in the midfield, knows what he's doing. He's good technical skill, good pace, good strength. See what he can manage tonight.
Kick back to the middle of the field. Las Lomas trying to get back on offense. Nice footwork there to keep it on the offensive side. Coming over right next to Bruce, our cameraman. He was almost part of the action that time, and he's on a tripod, so Bruce is not going anywhere. They're going to have to try to avoid him. Okay, down that near sideline, there's Brandon Bolander giving chase down there for Northgate, but he is beaten to the ball by a Las Lomas Knight. Now Las Lomas will have a chance to kick this one out. Quickly headed back the other way. And out to the far side, and here's one taken by Northgate. Down in front of the goal. Now there's Werfel with it. Kick to the far side here.
Touch was just a tiny heavy there with Jake. He needs to settle that a bit more efficiently and pop it right back in.
Brandon Coyne to throw it back in for the Broncos. Tipped and then dumped back out here by Las Lomas.
Money top.
He's pretty close to the action here tonight, and immobile on that tripod. So it's going to be a tough game for him. Knocked out of bounds, and another throw-in upcoming here for the Broncos. And Brendan Coyne, the senior, headed quickly away by Las Lomas. See if Northgate can get a chance here, and it looks like Las Lomas is going to be able to clear this one. But I think when you see at times when it looks like an easy clear, and then all of a sudden there's that turnover, you know, the game there's kind of that lull in the game, and then all of a sudden there's a good offensive scoring chance.
Oh yeah. Turnovers in the back will kill you.
Brendan Coyne. And that's Itai Segi, number 19, who had it momentarily, and now on offense again and knocked away. Body hit the ground, and a whistle stops play.
Relax.
So far ticking down, 30 minutes 35 to play here in the opening half. And now we're going to have a free kick. Penalty of some sort that time.
Pretty far out. Do a really good job to keep this on frame with some pace.
Well, Northgate's going to get the free kick here, trying to see what number that is. And it's going to be Brandon Kearney here with a chance. Here it's smash, and it's going to be caught. And a nice play by Christopher Grove in goal.
You also like to see the defenders follow that up, just in case something happens. You want to make sure your team's ready to clear that. Good job by Lomas.
So there was a shot on goal there for Northgate. Really their first scoring chance of the game, and of course that ball kind of right at Grove that time. Could have made the easy save, and it's out of bounds here on the far side. So they'll look, will Northgate look for Bollinger and Kearney, these attacking wide flank players, and we've seen Bollinger had to chase them down in the corner, but they have not been able to center the ball and really get a good shot. And here's Bollinger giving chase down that far side again. Nice move by Bollinger. Can he center it?
Great job by Brandon there.
Nice dribble. Tries to center it out. A little bit behind the intended player he was trying to get it to, and the kick is going to be wide left. That's what we were talking about, those wide flanking players, and Bollinger with a nice move there, able to get it on the inside. His initial pass, though, a little bit behind his intended target.
Yep. It didn't look like there was much in it to start, but Brandon stuck with it, managed to get the ball and get away from that first defender, so did well with all that.
So even with that left-footed shot missing, is Jervis get to boot this one here. That was a good-looking play as Bollinger made the nice move here on the far side. And that's what we're talking about. All of a sudden, just everything looks closed down, and then it's wide open there for a moment. But sometimes those moments, few and far between. You have to take advantage of them when you get them.
Yep, you've got a couple seconds to make a decision, and then it's pretty much closed out.
Throw in for Las Lomas. Steve Morocco with the ball momentarily, but they turn it back over, and now down the other way. And Grove is going to come way out of the goal here to play this one. Still in his box. And now Grove will chance to punt this one away and kind of looking for somewhere to go with it.
Nice punt there by Grove.
Change header. Bollinger on the side. Another fancy move, but a little further away from him than he would have liked. And then he gets it back. Bollinger's showing some good footwork over there to get the ball away from the Knights.
Yeah, he likes the cutback, and he's efficient with it. Managed a couple times to beat his defender with the cutback.
Here he is again.
Backwards. Sometimes the direct route is the best route. Go straight up to Itai there, and once again, straight up to Itai.
Itai puts it down, and now Las Lomas has to give chase. They got 3-on-1 going here. Bolinder joins the fray. Kick back the other way, and this one is going to be still on the line, stays in. Little jostling for position. Now we're going to have a foul against Northgate. It looked like Itai Saggy there kind of pushed down a Las Lomas player, and the Knights going to control the ball here.
Early.
Taken away, kept in barely that time. We're just kind of chopping the ball right now. Got to watch your shins in those situations. Kick down in the middle. Stopped there by Alan Foster. Foster going to go backwards with it, kick this one out of bounds. I think it was last touched, however, by Las Lomas. And now Brendan Coyne will have a chance to throw it in at the 26th, taking under the 26 minutes now here in the first half.
His first touch back there by 10.
Broncos go to the other side. The Broncos been controlling the action here in the last several minutes, Spencer. It looked like Las Lomas had the first couple of good opportunities to score, and even though the Broncos haven't had that great scoring chance, they have been controlling the action of the game on this side of the field.
Yep, the first 10 minutes has been a little bit chaotic, but things have settled down, and they've managed to keep possession a little bit here.
Let them know you're there, Brendan.
Now Grove's going to pick this one up and get rid of it.
Yeah, first game of this season, those nerves are high. You know, let 10 minutes go in, everybody get a few runs in, things start to settle down a little bit.
Really the beginning of the season here, the first real game for both clubs. Northgate has played a couple of scrimmages. They did actually very well in those scrimmages. Now they can play for real, and again the teams will match up again in the winter tournament on Monday, following the Thanksgiving weekend. Out of bounds, and Las Lomas will have a chance to kick it in. Anthony Schultz, along with Spencer Frankenberger here on Walnut Creek Television, the Battle of the Creek. Northgate in white and Las Lomas in burgundy. Resuming hostilities. Not under the front of the goal that time and booted away. Broncos trying to go back in the attack. This one down the far side. A couple of Broncos give chase, but Las Lomas got there first. Another battle for it. Good footwork there on the outside by Las Lomas. You know, you just look at that backwards pass sometimes, and every now and then you see it get intercepted or taken away, and you talked about those turnovers on your defensive end of the field. It can be so devastating to a team because that's a lot of times things can open up. And here comes Northgate back the other way, and they've got a chance. Chasing it down to the corner, and he kicked, and Grove's going to have the easy pickup that time. That looked like Mark Harris, number 15, with a shot on goal.
Actually, that was Itai Saggy, and he did well there. I mean, that's a tough play. He's all on his own, and there's three defenders giving chase, and he doesn't have many options as far as support there. So he takes an early shot, but it's just a bit too far away to have a real chance there.
And out of the corner, taken away by Northgate. And here's one kicked and headed and just wide of the goal. Wide left that time, and it looked like a pretty good opportunity there for Las Lomas.
It was a great chance there, just instantly almost there on the other end. Okay, and threatening to put it from their goal there.
Looks like Anthony Law, WCI player when he was in junior high. They got a chance to head that ball, but unfortunately for Las Lomas, it went wide left.
That's how it can happen. You can be on one end, and then within a minute, the other team's on the other end. Same, just another opportunity.
The battle for it, and Bolander has it here. Dumps it in the middle of the field, a little bit high. This one's going to roll all the way down, and Grove coming out of the goalie box here to tap it away. Looks like sometimes, you know, Saunier and Grove are just kind of waiting, just kind of hanging around, maybe talking on their cell phone, and then all of a sudden things get a little quick for them. Popped up in. It's going to be out of bounds, and a throw-in opportunity here for Brendan Coyne. Brendan toward midfield, going to dump this one into Bolander. He's got a couple of burgundy shirts right around him. It's going to go out of bounds. Still belongs.
Bit of miscommunication there between the two Las Lomas players. You want to have one clearly say, "It's my ball," and get it out of there.
It's going to be headed out of bounds this time by Las Lomas. So another throw-in for Brandon Coyne. Now, the throw-ins are getting progressively closer to the goal here for Northgate. Battling into the corner.
Brandon with quick footwork there.
Boulder had it taken away, trying to work around 3 defenders that time.
A bit of a handball there by 15. Got away with it though.
Like Oliver Marigold took it away momentarily. Now on the far side of the field, Northgate has it. Can they keep it in? Taken away and then retaken here by Northgate.
Great job by 10 to regain possession there.
Down in the middle.
Hang for him, Jake. Cover for him,
Switch
Jake.
to see if they can get a shot here. Left-handed and just knocked away by Grove with the left hand.
Great shot, great save.
That was an excellent scoring chance that time, and that was a big save that time by Grove. So Chris Grove sort of making the play of this first half.
Definitely, that was tucked away in the corner. He did well to get down and get a hand on that. Good job, Christopher.
A corner kick here for Northgate. That's their first. My stats are officially unofficial. But that was a great play by Grove. We saw that Northgate, Spencer, continually keep the ball here on their offensive end of the field and finally did end up with a quality shot, but Grove was up to the challenge that time.
Yeah, 10 did a great job there. Just getting a half yard from his defender, left-footed shot in the corner. Great save.
That's Kachish Chowdhury. Look at that play. Here's one up and over. Looked like it went through the football goal posts. So no shot on goal there, but Las Lomas trying to say that they are in this offensively. And we've seen the ball go from one end of the field back to the other fairly quickly here. It's always much more exciting, I think, for the viewer to see the ball near the goal as opposed to just in the center of the field going out of bounds a lot. Now Northgate coming back the other way, and this one goes out of bounds.
Shit. Noah, let's go.
Steve Chappell, the Northgate coach, played some semi-pro ball, also played college at Siena Heights University in Adrian, Michigan. First year at the helm as the head coach, second year as the athletic director. Talked to him earlier this week, and he said that kind of what you had been saying, Spencer, just kind of getting the season started, seeing where you're going, but he does have a group that's working hard and is very fond of playing soccer, and know that things are going to have to be worked out here. It's going to take some time for things to come together.
Yeah, not the best record last year, but I've spoken to a few players.
Can you tell your coach that
good optimism about this season. Mentioned that they've improved quite a bit just in the offseason, so we'll see what they can manage tonight.
Rocco's Ristorani and Pizzerias, thanks so much for your help, and a delicious pizza here this evening. And we thank for all your support. That's Rocco's Ristorani Pizzeria. Yeah, just last year, 0-9-4 for Northgate. They scored only 7 goals during the course of the season, so it was a tough one for them. And Clayton Valley took first place in the Diablo Valley Athletic League last year. Ignacio Valley and also Concord had good seasons. Ignacio won 13 games a year ago. Clayton took first place in league with a 6-3-5 record. Here's one centered and just does get by, and Las Lomas looked like a pretty good chance. That when that ball comes across like that is the most dangerous time for the goalie. But Las Lomas could not get a foot on it, but they do maintain possession.
Yeah. It's a guy who's warming up, who looks too much
ball
like
behind the back of the defense.
He's got to wear what you have in your hand.
They don't know where to get off their line or hold where they're at. So
Can I sub? And that is a
No, it's
sort of a skill that you just have to acquire, when to come out, when to stay in, that type of thing. That's one of those.
exactly, anticipation and timing. If you're off just a little bit, kill you.
Because if you come out at the wrong time, it's say goodnight.
Yep.
All right, booted away by Sonnier. Northgate in the middle of the field.
Other side, other side.
Looking to spring Brandon in behind him in that corner there.
Yeah, Boulder showed that we saw that good footwork that he's displayed. He's also showed some pretty good speed getting down this near side. The only problem for Mr. Bolander is once he gets down, there's always a couple of red shirts waiting for him.
Yeah, they seem to be playing with just one forward up top, so he's definitely got to get up there to give him some support.
Down into the corner for Las Lomas. Now they send this one is booted away by Northgate. Now Las Lomas trying to keep it in, but they can't. Here's a sprint going the other way. That looked like it was Alan Foster who had it momentarily. Now they get to the far side. There's Bolander giving chase. Keeps it in. And Las Lomas with a good footwork. Try to clear this one.
Oh, good try, Jake.
Back to the middle of the field. Here comes the Knights now. They look like they've got 3-on-3. They go to the far side. And a little too far. They keep it in momentarily, but defense able to sort of collect down there and take the ball away. That's it. Sometimes they say timing is everything, and certainly it is in soccer. When if he gets that ball a little bit sooner, he's got a chance to center that ball. Instead, he gets it late. Northgate takes it away.
Yeah, just a bit in front of him. You have to track it down and reposition, and by that time, the defender will track it down.
Kick, that one will go out of bounds.
Find your marks, find your marks.
Here comes Las Lomas to throw it in.
Keep coming.
Working with it here on the near side.
Good, good. Shift over, slide over.
And out to the far side for the Knights. Dumped in, but taken away and sort of pinballed around between three players. Now they kick it off here to the side. Nobody there. And that's out of bounds, and Las Lomas will throw it in.
It's always tricky there for the outside midfielder. You've got the responsibility defensively, but you also have that responsibility to be that option when you clear it into your side. So a lot of running on that outside position.
The Knights out of the DFAL, and Campolindo and Acalanes, a couple of powers from that league. And also I'm told that Doherty Valley, one of the newer schools, has also got a pretty good program over there. So certainly whatever league you're in, there's going to be some competition, and certainly that is the case with the DFAL. Tossed in here and headed in the air by Alex Rutan for Las Lomas. Rutan giving chase here, can't catch up. This ball going to go to the far side. Let's see, can the Broncos keep it in? They can. But they have it taken away momentarily and then kicked out of bounds. So we'll have a throw-in situation here on the far side for Northgate. Stay with us here at Walnut Creek TV, www.walnutcreektv.org. If you want to follow us online, that's Walnut Creek Television at walnutcreektv.org. To the middle of the field. Sent backwards and then dumped in, but nobody there, and now it's going to pop right to Jeff Serdan. And kind of a lucky bounce that time. There was just three white shirts and the one red shirt, and then Las Lomas has a chance. Knocked down there, a couple of bodies hitting the floor, no whistle. And now it's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to belong to, Northgate. That almost looked a little dangerous there, Spencer, when the ball was headed by Northgate, and then Serdan, it just kind of caromed right to him.
Yep.
He couldn't make anything happen with it going 1-on-3.
Yeah, defender's got to be a little more conscious there that he had a little more time, and it knocks that down with his head like he did. The only one there to collect it really was the Las Lomas player.
Earlier.
Booted out of bounds, I think. Last touch by Las Lomas. So no score here. First half of play, 12:25 and counting down. Not too many stoppages, so I'm sure they won't add too much time here to this first half. Here's one booted in way up and over and through the football goalposts. A little too much underneath that, a little too much air. And that shot goes awry. There's Kevin Jervis now, and he will punt this one away. Or takes this one back to the middle of the field. Checking out a little MLS news earlier, and apparently Los Angeles Galaxy collecting their third championship in the franchise history.
Yep, first one with David Beckham.
Open up,
Team,
open
so
up. Ask for it, Brendan, ask for it, ask for it.
It's going to work. It did on his last season.
It may not have drawn as many fans as they had hoped, but it certainly worked for a championship. The team has Beckham and Landon Donovan, a couple of the most recognizable names in Major League Soccer, but it was Omar Gonzalez and AJ De La Garza. I saw something about those two guys where they played on the 2008 NCAA championship team at Maryland, one of the nation's elite central defensive partnerships, and then now teaming up with the Galaxy to win a Major League Soccer championship. That's got to feel pretty good. You win in college, you go into the pro, and you win again.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's always nice when you get to play with one of the best players in the world, David Beckham. So.
And really becoming the face of the league, and I know it was a bit disappointing as far as attendance and things like that didn't pick up as much as they had hoped. But at least you do with he and Landon Donovan, at least you do have those players that people recognize that may not watch soccer or follow soccer, but at least they have some kind of name recognition with those two players.
Definitely.
So here's a corner kick now for Las Lomas. That'll be their second. There's one out in front because somebody headed in, and it's going to go backwards. And then kicked out. And this one is going to be run down by Sanier.
Yeah, look there, like two Las Lomas players were the only ones going up for it. They might have gotten in each other's way a little bit, but nevertheless went out for another one.
And Las Lomas is going to get another chance. This will be their third corner kick, and they're just going to dump this one in. I was a little surprised to see that. I always thought that if you kick the ball high up in the center, that's usually gives yourself the best chance, and this one he gets kind of dumped in.
Well, they went short. They went with the short pass to look to break up the stagnant players in the middle waiting for it, but many times that doesn't work. You know, if you're looking for a cross, you're better off just crossing it.
Yeah, I always think that crossing pass is much better. At least give yourself a chance to head the ball in, and then you always have a chance for the rebound.
Yeah, and right there we didn't. The end result wasn't even a cross. It was just a turnover for a throw in the other direction. So.
Now out of bounds on the far side.
Hey, Sean. Sean, guy in the corner of the 6 is corner of the 4.
And then back to the middle of the field. I was looking online at some of the other soccer teams. WSA had gone under, boy, it's been almost a decade now, and I heard that they were going to try to come back, but apparently not so. They've got the Women's Premier League, Spencer, and they have, you know, sort of professional, semi-pro type of situation, but not the level that the WSA had been at. And there is still no word as to whether or not they are going to come back at all. And I think after it's been so long, it'll just have to reform as a new league if, in fact, women's professional soccer does make it back on the sports scene. And after the great Olympics, I think, was it 1999?
The Women's World Cup.
Women's World Cup, excuse me, right?
Yeah, the USA had quite a run.
Here we go, scoring chance. Shot, score! And Northgate draws first blood, and that is number 2, Oliver Marigold, who gets the goal, the senior forward. Played soccer for 13 years. Lionel Messi is his favorite player. His favorite team is Arsenal. And Oliver Marigold gets Northgate on the board here at the 7:40 mark here of the first half.
Yeah, right there, Oliver did a great job of holding off his defender and just waited a bit, got in front of the goalie and put it left corner. Great shot. Very, very good composure.
So we talked about it earlier. The game has that kind of a lull, and then all of a sudden it breaks out in the middle and it gets exciting. And Marigold maybe makes it count 1-0 now in favor of Northgate.
Yep, defense just let their player in behind him. Goal scoring opportunity. Did well to get his goal.
Here's Marigold giving chase. And now Las Lomas down 1-0 here. See if they can get it back on the offensive end. Nearly turned it over in their own end. There it is again, where if you lose the ball right here, the numbers are probably still in your favor, but certainly give Northgate a chance. This one's going to be out of bounds, and a throw-in coming here for Las Lomas. And they fight for it here on the near side. It's going to go out of bounds. And controlled by Northgate. They'll throw it in. There's Coach Chappell. First year at the helm.
Substitution.
Let's see what kind of club that they're going to have.
It's got to be exciting for him. First season as the head coach. Go up 1-0 in the first half.
It'd be always nice to beat the crosstown rival, too. I'm sure that the faculty and the alumni really appreciate that sort of thing, especially the students. I mean, if you're going to beat anybody, beat your crosstown rival.
Yep, bragging rights.
Walnut Creek bragging rights, you're right.
Might have another chance here. There it
one
is.
Switch. Good shot there, but that one just goes just wide to the right. Looked like Brandon Kearney, number 11, with the right foot that time. 5:24 in counting here in the first half. And Kearney, you can see him trying to get those hips turned around to get everything squared up and just left it a little wide right.
Good power.
Headed back the other way, and again. Ball one head to another, and now we're going to have a whistle here. Apparently some contact of some sort. It goes back to Northgate.
No open up. No open up.
And now the Broncos again. Here's Werfel had it. Down to the far side, Coyne. And he kicks it backwards now to nobody. They're going to chase it down here. And then be kicked out of bounds.
Hard.
Really, it looked like number 18. Michael Cassishill just thought better of it and just kind of kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah, everybody's caught off guard. Just a little clearance, and they didn't know whether it was staying in or out. In the end, it was in.
Certainly didn't want to give up the easy one. Just dump the ball out of bounds and let your defense come down and get set. Now they're going the other way for Rutan. Go to the far side here. Las Lomas back in the attack. See if they can get some offense generated here. Down 1-0. And then to the left, and Saunier, the easy pickup. Call that another shot on goal. It might have been a little bit wide. But Max makes the play and then punts this one out.
See Las Lomas press a little bit and see if they can manage to tie it up before half.
Here come the Knights. Dumped in. There's a chance, and then Saunier coming off his line that time, able to make the save, and that was a brilliant play by Saunier. We talked about when to come out, when to stay in. He obviously made the right decision that time.
Exactly. Great timing for the keeper to get off his line and smother that.
That was Babinski in goal, excuse me. So I've been calling the wrong name the whole time. Well, I was told that Saunier was going to be in goal tonight. That's what I was told. They always lie to me. So Babinski with that wonderful save, and we talked about when to come out, when to stay in. He made the right decision there, and really, if the ball gets by him there, it is a sure goal for Las Lomas. So Babinski with a great save here. Grove had one earlier with the left hand, so now we've seen both goalies make a couple of great plays.
Yep.
Okay, here's Northgate. Let's see if they can get the ball out of this pack here. Down the far side. And this one up into the stands, and it'll belong to Las Lomas. So down to 2:10 here in this first half, a 1-0 lead for Northgate. They got the Marigold goal at 7:40 here in the first half.
Play similar to that one. Just wanted out of their end, and Marigold was level with the defender, got in behind him, got a breakaway.
And it's always, with the offsides rule, it's always so hard for everyone to understand, myself included.
Oliver, slide over.
You got to be careful, right? You can't be past that last defender when the ball goes past as it's kicked. So it's like you want to run to the goal and go get the ball, but you got to kind of wait a little bit and see where it is first, and see where the last defender is.
Which is an art. You want to sit right at that back defender so that you've got an optimal run. So you're as far behind him as you can be at the point of attack. So it's tricky to do.
And we haven't actually seen that call made here tonight, Spencer, when other games that I've covered, whether it was for the Contra Costa Times or with Comcast years before, you would see that it seemed like a number of times per game, and I think to a lot of fans and viewers it's a little frustrating because you see the offensive opportunity, but no, you're offsides.
Yeah,
stop everything.
And many times the player knows they're just sometimes a little lazy and they just want that extra yard, so they have that advantage. And many times those forwards are one of the quickest players on the field, and they don't need that extra yard. So it's difficult to manage that as a coach.
So that last shot wide to the right. And this one's booted to the center of the field. I've heard a lot of people talk about the reason soccer has not taken off as a spectator sport at the professional level is simply because they don't score enough goals. And when you hear about not scoring enough, the first thing people say is, we'll eliminate the offsides rule and let the guys cherry pick.
Yeah, there would definitely be that.
But then we know that people are going to be standing there waiting.
Yeah. Maybe they should do an experiment and just test it out one season.
I don't know.
Yeah. Goal scorers would love that, that's for sure. Right there, looked like he might have been offsides, but he wasn't.
Left-footed and knocked away by Babinski. So Sean Babinski, another quality save. I mean, there are saves, Spencer, and then there are saves. Some of them very easy, and then others more difficult. It looked like Babinski was able to get a piece of that. I'm being told by our spotter that he did not get a piece of that, so we will not officially, I will not officially or unofficially give him a save for that one.
Yeah, but it's true. Of your goalie, when you're coaching a team, you want to make sure your goalie saves the ones that he should save. When the miraculous goal goes in, it's okay. There's nothing they can do about it. But
how much time you got?
Stopping the ones they're supposed to stop is most important.
Right.
We're less than a minute for sure. I'm a minute over.
Definitely, other than the goal score, that is, I would say, the most exciting play that I see when the goalie stops one that looks like it's going in. That one over here earlier by Grove was fantastic.
Yep.
The first half, Northgate 1, Las Lomas 0.
So when and where does this...
and that will do it here for the first half. And at the end of one half, it is Northgate 1 and Las Lomas nothing. We'll be back in just a moment here to Walnut Creek on Walnut Creek TV.
Oh, I can, yeah. What am I doing?
Down to the track, down that way.
Amen. I'll be back.
live from the 5K race to Save Sports at the Mount Diablo School District. There are 6 high schools out here that have come together for the 3rd year in a row to raise the money so that our athletes continue to play sports at our 6 high schools. This race today is attended by, we believe, about 1,000 people. We're hoping for 1,200 people. Last year we had 1,600 people, and the year before 2,200 people. We are hopeful that our numbers will that we'll have enough walk-ons to make the 1,200, but we're rather disappointed that we are seem to be losing participation in the race. We really believe it's because people have seen us year after year now raise money to save sports, and they believe it's just going to happen. And we need to impress on people that we need community support. We need support from the athletes and their parents, and from every single high school to get out and help us save sports. This race usually raises between $50,000 to $100,000, so it's just a piece of the picture, but it's a big piece of the picture. If you can see here, every high school gets behind this. There is one race being run right now, the competitive race. In a few minutes, we'll be running the fun run, and then we'll have a kiddie race. And we need everybody out here this year, next year, for all of our fundraisers for the United Mount Diablo Athletic Foundation to support us in this effort, because you can imagine what it would be like if there were no sport teams in this district. We've been doing this for a long time. It's been a lot of hard work from a lot of people, from a lot of schools. But as you can see, it's not only raised money, but it's brought 6 high schools together who are competitive on the field, but who come together today to have a good time, cooperation, and just have fun together running this race and raising money to save our sports.
This is an awesome event that we're holding here. It's the Mount Diablo 10K, 5K run, which is going to raise money so that we can continue to have sports in all the high schools in the area. Without, our children would probably really be in trouble. This is what we really need to support. As Vice Mayor of Clayton, it's very important for our city to have sports in our high schools, and we highly support this event.
This is a great event today. I hope that we are able to raise a lot of money for our sports programs in our schools. This is a really super event, and you know what? Sports are very important in our school and in our community. It gives the kids a great place as an outlet to keep healthy, as well as to keep up their leadership skills and to continue to do well in school. So I really support the 5K run, and I hope others will also continue to support the Mount Diablo Sports Foundation. Thanks.
It's important for everyone to be supporting their school and their school sports to raise money to keep it going for everyone. And us cheerleaders are here to cheer everyone on and to be happy that they came here, which is our job. And everyone's here to keep our sports alive with all of the troubles that we've been having.
Action from Northgate High School just now.
The 5K run is important because it helps support the fundraiser of high school sports. We really need that due to the budget cuts that have been getting cut by the program and the school system. So now we're here to support money, and everyone's really supportive of it because they understand high school sports is a big contribution to a teenager's life.
Hi, I'm Jerry, and this event support. The 5K run is important because it saves high school sports. And if I didn't have football, I'd probably be getting in trouble.
You know where Aaron is? Okay.
Go, Brad, hurry up. This is so important to help us raise money for school sports, because if we didn't have sports, what would we do after school? We'd be sitting at home bored and lazy. We got to get our sports going.
Hi, we're here at the 5K run, and we think it's important that students have school sports because it's a good way to have a lot of friends and get exercise while having fun. And without school sports, kids could be missing out on possible scholarships so they could get to college. And there's a lot of rewards from doing school sports.
This is important because a lot of athletes supporting the sports that we do. Without sports, I think it would be a lot different in high school. Sun is crazy.
Yeah, and also because sports, it keeps people busy during school, and it also forces you to keep good grades, because without good grades, you can't play. And I also play 3 different sports, and that helps me stay focused on my grades as well.
Doing all screaming, yelling, take full responsibility. The neighbors can good. Neighbors can complain, don't make a move.
Estar en un equipo en la escuela te ayuda a que no estés en las drogas, a que estés saludable y que no te metas en problemas.
Need to look up for a second.
Also got Jump Sky High. There's your merchandise.
Come on, runners, you can do it, put little power to it. Come on, runners, you can do it, put little power to it. Come on, runners, you can do it, put little power to it.
And back here at Las Lomas against Northgate here. And it's 1-0 in favor of Northgate from Northgate High School. I'm Anthony Schultz along with Spencer Frankenberger. A 1-0 lead for the Broncos on the Marigold goal at 7:40 of the first half. And we would like to thank Pat Middendorf of the UMDAF and all her efforts to help local high school athletics. And all your efforts are most appreciated. And if you want to get involved, it's umdaf.org. United Mount Diablo Athletics.org. Go to that website and you can, if you'd like to lend your support. So the new keeper, that's Max Sonnier, now in goal for Northgate, and he must be tired because I was calling his name a lot there in the first half when it actually wasn't him. So, and then Chris Grove on the other side is still in goal, and thank you to my spotter, because if I didn't have my spotter, I wouldn't know who that was. And his parents, I'm going to be getting hate mail, so hopefully Walnut Creek TV will not be giving out my name and address. All right, Northgate on the attack, taken away by Las Lomas. And a pretty festive first half, and again, Spencer, we had those lulls, and all of a sudden they break out, and Marigold got the goal. Had a couple of nice stops by each of the goalies, and a couple of great saves. So we had some action there in that first half. A 1-0 Northgate lead here, second half of play from Northgate High School. There's Lomas going to play it back to the goal. Here's Grove to pop it into the air. Northgate still has it, trying to work with it there on the side. And this one kicked out of bounds. So looking at there's Rocco's Ristorati and Pizzeria. Thank you for your support. Delicious pizza tonight, along with the spaghetti and salad. That's Rocco's Ristorati and Pizzeria. Thrown in here by the Northgate Broncos. Battling for it there on the far side. That was Jake Werfel with it. He's going to get out of bounds. Down into the corner, and Las Lomas will have it.
Just trying to spot Brandon Bolander on the outside and see if he can get a cross in, but a little miscue there.
Definitely work with Kearney and Bolander, and you've seen Bolander a lot going down on that far side. They have had a chance to isolate him on several occasions. Going to be kicked out of bounds by Las Lomas. Another throw in here from the far side upcoming for Northgate. Looking at some stats, I had 3 corner kicks for Las Lomas, just 1 for the Broncos. And then shots on goal, I had 3, I think I had 4 for Northgate. Just a couple for the Knights. And each goalie had a couple of quality saves. Down the near side here, getting chased there for Las Lomas. Derek McGovern there trying to run it down for the Knights. Gets it back to Chris Grove. This one dumped in off the chest of Cuneo. Plays to the near side for Spencer Johnson, the midfielder. Sophomore had it momentarily. Fancy dribbling there, trying to take it away. And now we're going to have a whistle and a little too much contact as far as the officials were concerned.
Good energy there by 10, though, because he seems to be the guy that they want to run the ball through in the midfield, that link to the forward. Who's Itai, but got a bit aggressive, wanted the ball back a little too much there.
Walnut Creek TV, follow us at www.walnutcreektv.org. Find out what's going on here in your local TV channel. That's walnutcreektv.org. TV comes home. Good punt that time, and Northgate able to kick it out momentarily. Battle for it on the far side. It looks like Brandon Bolander there gets it to a teammate. Knocked away by Las Lomas. They dump it right back in. They've got a 2-on-2 here, but it's going to come all the way out. And the goalkeeper is going to make a play. Sonnier coming out to grab that one. And how he punts this ball way up high. Little Ray Guy style there for those of you who remember the old Raider punter from years ago. Boy, that was a classic moonshot right there. And we're going to see that, I think, more often. And we talked about that earlier, Spencer. When you have a guy that can do that, it can really get you some instant offense.
Oh, yeah. Get it on their end. See if defense makes a mistake on a clearance. Just a miscue, and you have a goal-scoring chance.
Nice pirouette and spin. That time it was Andrew Cuneo trying to keep the ball, but it ends up having it taken away.
Hey guys, everyone needs a show.
Dump this one down.
Well done, Cooney.
Up and over the head of a Las Lomas player. That was Jeff Serdan. Jeff trying to go up and get that one and just can't get quite high enough. They battle for it here on the near side. Kearney was giving chase there for Northgate. Dump it inside, Las Lomas. Out of the far side for the Knights. See Las Lomas trying to get in position here. Kicked and blocked. Dump back in. Still loose, still available.
Wow.
Shot off and score!
Great shot there.
Boy, they just kept at it, and finally able to put it in. That looks like number 22, Joseph Jones. Let me get a good look at that. I think it's Joseph Jones, number 22 for Las Lomas.
Nope, actually it was number 23.
That was number 23, Steve Maroka, who gets the goal. So here it's about 33-30. It is tied now at 1 apiece.
And that's what happened. There was a couple chances on that play, and the defense just couldn't manage to get it out. The longer the ball sticks around in that area, 1, 2, 3 chances at it. Third one goes in.
So Marigold at 7:40 in the first, Maroka at 33:30 here in the second, and we are all tied at 1.
It just sat up for him a bit, had a nice volley, put it in the upper corner.
And it's certainly a good job, Spencer, by the Knights to keep that ball on their offensive end. It looks like several times the Broncos had a chance to clear that and just couldn't quite do it. Good effort by the Knights, and now here, coming out of the goal is Max Saunier to take one.
Yeah, it was number 22, the forward, who kept it alive with a header, knocking it down to Steve so that he had that opportunity to volleyball.
That was Joseph Jones who had the chance there for Las Lomas. Bodies falling.
Hey, numbers down. Steve back.
Joseph with the assist, knocking that to Steve there.
So it'll be out of bounds and a chance here for the throw-in or play it back in here for Las Lomas. So it took us a while to get that first goal in the first half and not very long here in the second half. And we're all tied at 1 apiece. Broncos and the Knights from Northgate High School right here on Walnut Creek TV. Headed away. Now chasing it down there.
Really putting on the pressure here.
Saunier's going to come out and grab it. And you can see how far Max was away from the goal that time.
Yeah, right there, Steve, or not Steve, 22, Joseph staying involved, challenging the goalie on that high ball put in. Kept it alive. Good job. He fouled the goalkeeper, but the effort was there.
Taken here by Northgate. To the outside, but intercepted there by Las Lomas. Boy, they had a player wide open on the wing here on the near side. That was Brendan Kearney. They couldn't get the ball to him. Northgate takes it back, and now we have the whistle that stops play. And we're going to have a foul call here, and it looks like it's going to go against Las Lomas. So a chance here for Northgate to play it. Alan Foster, the junior midfielder here, will have himself a free kick. Puts a curve on this one, headed up and over the goal and wide left. So a chance there for Northgate. Just couldn't quite get it in there, but some more excitement here on the offensive end here by the Broncos.
Yeah, it was a great ball by Brendan Kearney in behind the back of the defense, just in that no man's land, right behind the back defender and the goalkeeper. And Brandon Bolander just barely missed the header, putting it over the goal and wide.
You saw Brendan Kearney there with that put that curve ball on there with that hook. And a good chance at least there for Northgate. Here's one sent ahead by Las Lomas, and now Brendan Bolander going to kick it out of bounds here on the far side. And now under 30 to go here in the second half, a 1-1 tie.
Exciting start to the second half.
A lot of action here for the second half. Marigold and Morocco have tallied one each for both sides. Anthony Schultz along with Spencer Frankenberger right here on Walnut Creek TV.
Back.
So glad you could join us this evening on a crisp evening here as we get set for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Hey, no!
Starting to get that chill in the air.
They don't place. They don't play.
Yeah. Aiden, step up. Step the wall up.
So here goes the Las Lomas after this last whistle, and they'll get the free kick. Kind of the same thing we had on the other side.
Just a little closer. Might have a shot at goal here.
There's one smashed. And boy, just knocked away there by Saunier. And then this next one is going to go up and over. So Saunier gets another save.
It's a good shot testing the goalkeeper there. He really didn't know what to do with it. So in the end, he just cleared it pretty much off his knees, but back into danger. And then they followed up with a shot over.
So Northgate dodges the bullet, at least here momentarily. The score remains 1 apiece. You get back, and here's Northgate trying to get this one back on the offensive end. Play forward on the far side. It's going to be long to the Broncos as they throw it in. And then back to the Knights. Oh, purely blocked. Let's see if Las Lomas can clear this. It looks like the Broncos going to keep it here on the offensive end. And then kick down, giving chase. Coming off his line. That time was Grove. The ball going to be kicked out of bounds. Here in that near corner.
Is that one, Tony, like we've been talking about? When do you leave your line? When do you go challenge for it? And if you're off, it can hurt you. But he did well there.
Yeah, it's just kind of that instant decision: do I come out? Do I stay in? And if you're wrong, you're almost for sure to give up a goal. But it sure does look good when you're right. Here's the throw-in for Northgate. Now we're going to have bodies hit the floor. That shot won't count. And it looks like this is going to go against Northgate. And now one of the Northgate players wants an explanation of that last call. That was Itai Sagi looking for the explanation. Apparently satisfied from the answer that he got. And Las Lomas has it. Run it down, headed away. Oh, here goes a chance. Shot and way wide to the left.
Joseph Jones again getting involved.
Boy, and Jones that time, I'm sure, Spencer, he wishes he had that one back because he just missed that one clearly. Looked like he had an open chance that time and shot it well wide to the left.
Yeah, he's been active though. I think, did he come in at halftime? I don't remember him in the first half, but in the second half he's definitely created a few chances, and that one he just rushed his shot a little bit and scuffed it left.
But another good opportunity for the Broncos. You can hear when they got close, the crowd again began to wake up and sense that the game was going to be untied. Here's one dumped in. And here's Maroka giving chase down in the corner. Coming back out, and then dumped back down into the corner. Nobody's there to chase it. And it's going to be out of bounds and will belong to the Broncos. You can just hear the excitement and the energy in the crowd once that ball gets close down there. And this one kind of looked like a Las Lomas player jump over onto the back of a Las Lomas player.
Yeah, nice try, Stevie.
Used him as a trampoline.
It looked like that was Steve Maroka on the back of Brandon Kearney that time.
Jake trying to turn with it into the defender.
Well, here's Maroka has it momentarily. Now he's going to send it ahead. Looked like Jones had it, but then he had it taken away, and now it's going to go out of bounds. And it looks like it's going to belong to Las Lomas here. No, it's not. It will be a goal kick here coming for Northgate. Saunier is going to have a chance to kick this one away. This one from the ground he kicks it, and not nearly as potent as when he had punted the ball earlier. Well,
dude, come on, bro.
A lot of manhandling going on down there. That was Itai Saggy that time manhandling a Las Lomas player.
Yep, he's a big, physical, strong player, so trying to push his way through.
Sort of grabbed Grayson Kirsch almost in a wrestling move. Kind of mauling him, and it's going to go against Northgate. And here's Las Lomas sending it back in. There's around. Here's another chance. Saunier coming in there to grab it. So Max making the right call again that time, and that was a dangerous situation. This time Max puts up another one of those moon shots.
And for Las Lomas, Jones has been doing a good job of being that target player up there and keeping it alive and looking for creating second chances for his team.
Throw in here on the far side. Here's Northgate. Oh, and we just got past Jake Werfel, number 7, then dumped in. Here's a chance now for Jones. And has it taken away that time by Saunier, and they still battle for it. Boy, that was a good-looking play again by Max Saunier. He's been scored on here in this half, but he's also made a couple of nice plays, Spencer.
Definitely. Good timing off his line. Great save.
Top of the box! Top of the box!
So Las Lomas has the one goal. It came from Maroka at the 33-30 mark here at the second. But they've also had a couple of more chances that have went awry. And a couple of times they were foiled by some good play by Saunier coming out of the goal. This one headed back the other way. There's Maroka trying to head it. Las Lomas keeping it alive. They did this the last time when they scored, Spencer. Yeah. They just would not allow Northgate to clear the ball. They're doing the same thing here. Can they get a shot? Down to the middle and then fire it away. But this is going to be way wide to the right. Chased down into the corner. Can they keep it in? They can. Right to Northgate.
Yeah, they've kept up the pressure. Now you're going to look for Northgate to try to get a fast break if they can.
And again, they battle for it there. A couple of bodies collide. Again, both players are able to touch the ball, so that collision does not result in a whistle. Because a lot of times I think when you watch soccer, you're not exactly sure why, but if you make contact with another player and you have not touched the ball, you can then be called for a foul, correct?
Well, yeah, it depends on the intent. But if the ball if the ball's within play and it's a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, there's no foul there. But in the end, the referee looks at intent.
So Jake Werfel here will get the free kick after this last stoppage. Against Werfel, excuse me. It's going to be Anthony Law, I believe number 7, firing this one, and Saunier makes the center fielder grab. And standing back there looking for the fly ball and able to take it.
Saunier's had a lot of action to start this second half. Come in as a sub and immediately get thrown into the match there.
And all of a sudden your defense not clearing the ball the same way they were earlier, and kind of makes the goalie the target, but he's done well, giving up the one goal, but made some very nice plays as well. And then bodies hitting the ground there on the opposite side.
Yeah, Las Lomas goal, Saunier, there wasn't much you could do about that one. It was just a volley into the upper corner. Like we said earlier, you just want your goalie to make the saves that are stoppable, and that one wasn't.
Played back in here by the Broncos and trying to get back on the offensive end. We've spent a lot of time on the defensive end for Northgate here in the second half. Another penalty against Las Lomas. And a chance here now for Northgate, and Aiden Coyne going to get a chance to boot this one downhill. Does, headed away by Las Lomas. And then punted back. See, Coyne has it, dumps it off the far side, but it's going to be taken by the Knights. Let's see if they can't get this one going the other way. And Northgate back on offense. Got a player running out here on the wing. You can see Brendan Kearney here on the near side. Looked like he had a little bit of room.
Command the ball next time. Come on, Kearney. Come on, Kearney.
And now Las Lomas Coming back here toward the middle of the field.
Jake behind you, Jake, left shoulder.
There's Jones as the target man once again.
And then headed back out of bounds. But the Knights will keep it, a chance to throw it in here. That was Joseph Jones again, the freshman.
Also in Noah Smith.
Noah.
Brandon Bowler coming out of the game now. And he is giving way to a teammate.
Number 8.
For Northgate. That is Noah. Noah Schreck, number 8, coming into the game. And again, thank you to my spotter helping that out. The number 8 not on the roster here, but that is Noah. And now Las Lomas here from the near side.
Two guys
what
on the
isn't
wall.
officially a corner kick, but certainly looks like it. Dumped up here. Can they get ahead on this one? And no, the Northgate does first. And this one going to be popped back to the near side. Knights giving chase down there. It's going to go out of bounds, and a throw-in upcoming here for Northgate. That's kind of when you have that crossing pass here with the corner kicker, what we just saw. Basically, the team that gets their head on it first is the team that wins that battle most of the time, I would think.
Yep. The defense main objective is to get it out of the danger area, and the offense either wants to get a shot on target or keep the ball alive for another player to work with it.
Here's one kicked down. And then just pop back out by Saunier. That'll go out of bounds here on the far side. And that was an interesting turn that time, as it looked like Las Lomas was going to have a chance to get on offense, and they sort of just kind of out-kicked the offense. The offensive player running down there that last time.
First 15 minutes of this second half, it does look like Las Lomas has had the better attack. They've had more chances.
And here comes Northgate the other way. Send this one into the middle, and then knocked away. And that was Brandon Kearney who had it momentarily. This is going to go off, I believe, a Las Lomas player, so the Broncos are going to keep it.
He dished it off to Kashish, who got it onto his left foot. He had a nice shot earlier in the first half with his left foot. This one just deflected out of bounds by the Las Lomas defender.
All right, trying to keep it in. Like Las Lomas overran it momentarily there. Dumped in by Northgate. Oh boy. Trying to keep this one alive. Down to the corner it goes. Let's see if they can get a centering pass here. No crossing pass is denied by Las Lomas. Popped in the air and then headed away. But still in there. There's a shot wide left.
And it was actually offsides, but the referee didn't see the linesman with his flag up.
Or would not have counted anyway then. Las Lomas dodging a bullet here as we remain tied at 1 apiece, taking down to 16 minutes to go here in the second half. This one down into the corner. Here's Jones giving chase. Saunier coming out to make that play. Actually, that was Steve Maroka, number 23, giving chase. And again, sometimes that you're trying so hard not to be offside that you can't run as fast as you would normally like to, and so that kick just sort of outpaced Maroka a little bit. To the far side with the Broncos, trying to keep it in. And now finally coming out of bounds. It'll belong to Northgate here, and they'll throw it in from the far side. Popped into the middle. Good speed shown there on the outside. That is Maroka again.
Flexion.
You saw him kind of just open up the jets there coming to the outside, but the Broncos able to stay right with him. And this ball going to belong to, looks like it's going to belong to Las Lomas. They'll have a chance to throw it in here on their offensive end. Grayson Kirsch to toss it in. quickly taken away by the Broncos. Sent it ahead. Going to chase it down this near side. Kicked out of bounds, and it looked like it was last touched by Northgate. And it will belong, I believe, here to Las Lomas. So a 1-1 tie here, second half. Marigold tallied for Northgate, 7:40 mark of the first, and Maroka for Las Lomas, 33:30 mark of this second half, and that's where we stand at 1 apiece. This one going to be kicked out of bounds. And not too many stoppages here, so you know when the officials will put a little more time, once the clock gets down, ticks all the way down, they'll put a little bit more time on most often, but I don't think they'll put a whole lot of time. Not a lot of injuries. Not a lot of long stoppages here in this game. All right, down to the near side. Crossing pass going the other way, but headed by the Knights. Northgate able to keep it in. And nice play there by Alex Rutan, number 4 for Las Lomas, to get it back to the offensive end. And Sonny going to make the play on one hop. Here's Max, and that time trying to get it to Brendan Kearney. Pick back in. Pass looking ahead. And they're looking for Jones that time here on the near side. This is going to belong to Las Lomas. They'll have a chance to toss it in down to the corner. And quickly out of bounds to go, and they'll turn it back over to the Broncos.
Tight on a man!
Battle for it. And again, coming out of bounds.
Come on, White, come on, White!
Yes. Yeah, yes.
And Joseph Jones has been sort of the focal point down there with Maroka on this offensive end. But right now, it's just it's tough to keep the ball in play.
Yeah, it's tough.
Out of bounds again and again and again here. But good news for Las Lomas, it's still on the offensive end. Quickly dump back in. Knights try to look for some room here.
See if they can get across. Here it is.
There it is, but knocked away by Northgate. And that'll be out of bounds. I think that'll be a corner kick coming up here.
Let's go, get ahead on me!
Well, we got the corner kick upcoming here for not Broncos. Instead, they just kind of tap it in and play it.
They do the short corner.
Does keep the ball on the offensive end, but we've seen that a couple of times now with that short corner instead of the corner kick. And I'm still a little bit miffed as to why they would do that.
Yeah, 2 times, and both times it's been a botched play, so better off sometimes just putting it in the box and see what can happen from there.
I mean, it's so hard, Spencer, to get the opening a lot, you know, and then with that corner kick, it seems like you're certainly not guaranteed to score, but at least you're guaranteed to get more of an opening there if you can get one of your players to head the ball.
Yeah, you work it down into the corner to get across. Well, corner kick is your opportunity to cross it without any pressure.
It's sort of the free cross kick. The free crossing pass, and instead they've decided to go with that short corner, and both times has not been very effective.
Hey,
I don't think either time they ended up with a shot on goal following that.
Henry Monrosa had the ball on that one, and he tried to get a shot in the end, but it just too many defenders around, and it got closed down.
All right, battle for it there on the far side. Out of bounds it goes, and it will belong to Las Lomas as we quickly get down to the 10-minute mark here of the second half. A 1-1 tie here from Northgate High School right out here on Walnut Creek TV. The Battle of the Creek all tied at 1 apiece. First half, the Broncos tallied. Second half, early in that second half, the Las Lomas Knights came back to tie it, and the Knights have really, I don't want to say dominated play. I think that would be kind of overstating it a bit, but they certainly have had things, I would say, more their way here in the second half, certainly with the goal, but also with a few extra chances. www.walnutcreektv.org. Walnut Creek Television, TV comes home.
Yeah, the Northgate keeper has had a lot more to deal with in the second half than Las Lomas.
Yeah, Christopher Grove, who gave up one goal, but also made that one dazzling play. Here's a shot going wide to the right.
Spencer!
Sonny just kind of watches that one sail. But Grove with that left hand in that first half made that one dazzling play. What looked like a sure goal, was able to reach out there and prevent the tally. Here's Sonny, when he kicks the ball, Spencer, from the ground, it doesn't seem like he gets nearly the lift as when he punts the ball.
Yeah, his punts have been great. He's been able to get it definitely past half field with most of his punts.
Now he has the option to do either one.
No, and it goes out on for a goal kick. He has to take it from the ground.
This one pops up, able to make the catch.
So he can punt that one if he wanted to. He already had it in his hands.
When he has done that, he has really hit some serious rainbows from that.
They might need a little bit of that. They need to get it out of this area in order to. So they're playing with one forward, so it's just making it difficult when he does get the ball. He's going to have 3 defenders to deal with.
To the far side. Quick reverse there for Northgate. Nice fancy footwork to get the ball down. Get it ahead. And here is Grove coming out there and making the pickup. Christopher Grove, he punts it out there. That gets it down to the midfield. Northgate able to play it back on offense and see if they can get something going. Boy, tough going here for the Broncos to get any kind of a sniff offensively here in this second half. You really got to credit the Las Lomas defense for shutting them down. Whatever adjustments they made, it certainly worked here going from first half to second half. This one goes out of bounds, last touched by Northgate, and it looked like Andrew Cuneo was the last to touch that one. So here comes Las Lomas now with the throw-in. And Knights on the outside. And there's 2-on-1.
It's good. He managed to keep the ball and get the cross off.
Knocked away there by Northgate, right in front of the goal.
They've got another corner here. Let's see what they do. If they decide to put it in, it doesn't look like anyone's showing for the short corner.
Closer to
So
the line,
let's see what happens when they put it in here.
I vote for the corner kick. I vote against short corner here. Take a look, and they are going to corner kick it. And sails over everybody, going to be chased down here by Northgate on the far side. But it just looks like a much better chance anyway, even though it didn't go the way they had hoped. But
yeah, anytime you can get it in the box and have your players go challenge for it, that's better than not having that.
All right, Las Lomas going to chase this one on the far side, out of bounds. It goes for Northgate. Down to the 6-minute mark we go. Contact there. Ball still in play. Dumped in.
This game does have a bit of a 1-1 tie feeling to it, but we'll see this last 5.5 minutes if somebody can get a game winner here.
Dumped in. Saunier coming out. Still in the box. He plays it there.
Let's go White!
Directional kicking here, getting it out to a teammate, Brandon Kearney. Now off to Marigold, who got that first goal for Northgate. Tipped around, popped into the air by Las Lomas. And the Knights trying to clear. Oh, nice pass going behind that time.
Northgate keeping it alive. And
dumping it back in, and that one will be wide right and out of bounds.
Yeah, Jake Werfel trying to test the goalkeeper there from pretty far out. You never know. Put it on target and see what happens.
Come on, White. Come on, White.
I guess at least, maybe he might not field it cleanly or make the catch, and you might get a chance for a rebound.
They haven't had many shots this second half, so you might as well try to test the goalkeeper.
This will be kicked out of bounds. It's like the Knights were really pressuring that time, and the Broncos sort of okay with just kicking the ball out of bounds and letting them get their defense set as the throw-in from Las Lomas comes in.
And there's the cross into the box. There's no one there. No one there for Las Lomas to challenge the goalie.
Now in that, you hope that you get one of your players down there and get ahead on the ball and sort of redirect.
Yeah, the Las Lomas offensive players need to sense that cross is getting ready to come in and start to crash the box. See if they can get a chance to get ahead on it. But nobody was making the run, so goalie was able to clean it up.
Yeah, the only person there was Sonnier, and again, that's kind of a handful of times where he's just sort of played center field there and sort of called for the ball and made the catch.
Yeah.
Sort of uncontested.
Slide over.
Right now, it's the same thing. He's looking for options up front.
Showy tie.
Can't find much. There's Jones.
It's down. Here's Las Lomas. Tap back out, but the Knights able to keep it in here. They can get a good shot on goal, and no. Taken away. Here's Marigold.
All right.
Ahead now to Haite, but instead it's going to be Grove who takes it for Las Lomas.
And right there, that pass was accurate, just a bit heavy, and Itai needs to take a touch to slow it down so it doesn't run straight to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about, throwing with accuracy in other sports. I mean, kicking with accuracy, quite a bit more difficult.
Yep, and not only accuracy, proper pace.
Yes.
If it has too much weight and gets too far ahead of the player, then it will end up not getting to its.
Too short, the defenders converge. Too long, and the goalie has it all by himself.
Yep.
Sent ahead. Kearney was there, but knocked away by.
Northgate seems to trying to press a bit.
Gotta go.
Las Lomas gets it down to the near side. Got some opening here. They battle for it. Out of bounds. It's going to be long to Las Lomas, but still a good play anyway there by the number 5, Aiden Coyne, because at least he gets his defense a chance to set up. That time Las Lomas looked like they were going to have a lot of room there, but could not keep the ball in play as Coyne knocked it away. Okay, and the clock shows a dead 2 minutes, so I think we're going to play the extra time now. And it's anybody's guess as to exactly how much time is left, but the officials will let us know. Las Lomas has it knocked away by Northgate. This is almost, Spencer, a sudden death situation. Like whoever scores now is likely going to win this game. Here's Northgate playing.
Good job by Kevin Jervis there to hold up that offensive player running at him.
There we go.
Here's Jones with speed, getting in behind him.
An open shot, and just wide as it looked like. That time Sonnier got a piece of it to redirect it away from the goal.
Yeah, Jones did a great job to get in behind him. It was a great left-footed shot, and the keeper just got a little bit of it, push it wide.
And it looks like it's going to be a corner kick down here on the near side. His near right corner here. And let's see if they can do something with this. Sent away.
Better cross in.
It's going to be kept alive here for Las Lomas. Going to chase it down, have another chance here.
And there's Kevin Jervis battling for the ball.
Turn.
Away, knocked back in.
Kind of exciting last minute here.
Save it.
Both teams pressing a bit, try to get a goal to win the game.
Both teams having some chances here. Jones had a great chance, but to give Sonnier credit again as he was able to just get a piece of that last shot. That one, again, looked like one of those, that's going in. And
no, big time. That looked like it was a goal.
The goalie able to make the play. So he made the big save here to keep us tied at 1 apiece. Max sends this one away. So he's going to get the last opportunity here of regulation. 4-on-3 upcoming, and then a little too heavy with that one again.
Yeah, a little too heavy and not wide enough. The goalie had an opportunity to swarm on that.
Spencer, I'm using your lingo, a little too heavy with the pass that time, a little too hard.
Yeah.
You talked about that earlier, and you talk about accuracy, but also how much touch or how much power you want to put on it. And a little too much makes it an easier play for the goalie, as it did there.
Yep.
There's more extra time than I thought there was going to be. And it's going to be a corner kick upcoming from that far side here for Las Lomas. This is their fourth one of this half.
That's a good ball.
There it is. And headed and right to Saunier. So that's what they were looking for, but the goalie was right on the spot. And this time Max punts this one. Oh, he's giving chase there is number 2, Marigold, has it taken away and then kicked out of bounds by Northgate.
Yeah, that was a good corner. I'd like to see him do that a bit more often in the first, those other opportunities where they didn't quite get it in.
No, it looked like a much better chance that time. At least they got the shot on goal that last corner kick. And that will end it here for the second half. That's the end of regulation. Las Lomas Knights and the Northgate Broncos all tied at 1. We'll be back in just a moment.
Parking made easy and convenient.
You're good to go.
Now that was easy.
Hi, welcome to Inside Center Rep.
My name is Carrie Lederer, and I'm the curator of exhibitions here at the Bedford Gallery.
Hi there, welcome to Get Lit.
And that's when I decided to run for the city council.
This is so exciting.
You're free to explore downtown Walnut Creek. Shopping, dining, and entertainment are only a stop away on the free ride. Catch the free ride trolley from Bard, Broadway Plaza, the Leisure Center, or one of its many downtown stops. The free ride stops every 15 minutes to keep your day moving. Check out cccta.org for more information on how you are free to explore downtown Walnut Creek.
And we are back to Northgate High School. A 1-1 finish here between Las Lomas and Northgate. Anthony Schultz along with Spencer Frankenberger. Spencer, an interesting game. Marigold in the first half, Maroka in the second half, all tied at 1. We saw the goalies play pretty well. And overall, I thought a pretty exciting game.
Yeah, it was an exciting game. A little disappointing we didn't get more goals, but it was a competitive game. The goalies did keep their teams in the game. And it's funny, 2 local high schools, a lot of the kids play on club teams together, and there's no bragging rights after tonight's game.
Everybody kind of leaving a little bit disappointed, but these two teams will play again on Monday. And that's it here from Northgate High School, a 1-1 tie between the Broncos of the Knights. Anthony Schultz, Spencer Frankenberger, and we will leave you with MountDiabloAthletics.com, the fundraiser, and we'll see you next time on Walnut Creek TV.
Take care.
Catching live from the 5K race to Save Sports at the Mount Diablo School District. There are 6 high schools out here that have come together for the 3rd year in a row to raise the money so that our athletes continue to play sports at our 6 high schools. This race today is attended by, we believe, about 1,000 people. We're hoping for 1,200 people. Last year we had 1,600 people, and the year before 2,200 people. We are hopeful that our numbers will that we'll have enough walk-ons to make the 1,200, but we're rather disappointed that we are seem to be losing participation in the race. We really believe it's because people have seen us year after year now raise money to save sports, and they believe it's just going to happen. And we need to impress on people that we need community support. We need support from the athletes and their parents, and from every single high school to get out and help us save sports. This race usually raises between $50,000 to $100,000, so it's just a piece of the picture, but it's a big piece of the picture. If you can see here, every high school gets behind this. There is one race being run right now, the competitive race. In a few minutes, we'll be running the fun run, and then we'll have a kiddie race. And we need everybody out here this year, next year, for all of our fundraisers for the United Mount Diablo Athletic Foundation to support us in this effort, because you can imagine what it would be like if there were no sport teams in this district. We've been doing this for a long time. It's been a lot of hard work from a lot of people, from a lot of schools. But as you can see, it's not only raised money, but it's brought 6 high schools together who are competitive on the field, but who come together today to have a good time, cooperation, and just have fun together running this race and raising money to save our sports.
This is an awesome event that we're holding here. It's the Mount Diablo 10K, 5K run, which is going to raise money so that we can continue to have sports in all the high schools in the area. Without, our children would probably really be in trouble. This is what we really need to support. As Vice Mayor of Clayton, it's very important for our city to have sports in our high schools, and we highly support this event.
This is a great great event today. I hope that we are able to raise a lot of money for our sports programs in our schools. This is a really super event, and you know what? Sports are very important in our school and in our community. It gives the kids a great place as an outlet to keep healthy, as well as to keep up their leadership skills and to continue to do well in school. So I really support the 5K run, and I hope others will also continue to support the Mount Diablo Sports Foundation. Thanks.
It's important for everyone to be supporting their school and their school sports to raise money to keep it going for everyone. And us cheerleaders are here to cheer everyone on and to be happy that they came here, which is our job. And everyone's here to keep our sports alive with all of the troubles that we've been having.
Finishing from Northgate High School just now.
5K run is important because it helps support the fundraiser of high school sports. We really need that due to the budget cuts that have been getting cut by the program and the school system. So now we're here to support money, and everyone's really supportive of it because they understand high school sports is a big contribution to a teenager's life.
Hi, I'm Jerry, and this event support. The 5K run is important because it saves high school sports. And if I didn't have football, I'd probably be getting in trouble.
You know where Aaron is? Okay.
Go, Brad, hurry up.
This is so important to help us raise money for school sports, because if we didn't have sports, what would we do after school? We'd be sitting at home bored and lazy. We got to get our sports going.
Hi, we're here at the 5K run, and we think it's important that students have school sports because it's a good way to have a lot of friends and get exercise while having fun. And without school sports, kids could be missing out on possible scholarships so they could get to college. And there's a lot of rewards from doing school sports.
This is important because a lot of athletes supporting the sports that we do. Without sports, I think it would be a lot different in high school. Sun is crazy.
Yeah, and also because sports, it keeps people busy during school, and it also forces you to keep good grades, because without good grades you can't play. And I also play 3 different sports, and that helps me stay focused on my grades as well.
coming young, take full responsibility. The neighbors come on. Good. The neighbors can claim something about
Estar en un equipo en la escuela te ayuda a que no estés en las drogas, a que estés saludable y que no te metas en problemas.
Also got Jump Sky High. There's your merchandise.
Come on,